Welcome to the 07-08 32 team franchise. This is the recap of the Atlanta Falcons season, where they went 5-11, stealing them the third overall pick in the 2008 NFL draft, and they were the fourth team in the NFC South. So again, this was not a solid team. For me, they were very difficult to play with, and that's with Joey Harrington as QB. But even when Harrington was in, there was a time that I thought that he might actually play them out of the top five, limiting their chances to get Matt Ryan. But when he got injured and Craig Krenzel came in, there was almost no offense to take place at all. And so they were a challenging team. As you can see, Harrington there, he had a pretty good pass touchdown to interception ratio, but the real offense came from Warrick Dunn. And he was the only real delight in this team, aside from maybe Roddy White. As you can see, Warrick Dunn had some explosive runs. He rushed for over 1,100 yards, only 5 touchdowns. So he had fewer rushing touchdowns than you'd expect from your leading running back. But your leading running back on the third worst team in the league, running for 1,100 yards, is still quite impressive. Jarius Norwood, he was a decent second back. He had 223 yards. I started having him in a little bit more when they were losing because I was trying to get him some experience since he is a younger running back, where Warrick Dunn is at the aging end of his career. And then you see Crumpler over there as solid tight end, doing his part to make the team successful. There's Krenzel completing a touchdown against Dallas. And as you can see with Craig Krenzel, he had more interceptions, less touchdowns. And even though his QBR, I think I have a little error there. I'll make an adjustment to fix that. But he did not have the most impressive season. As you can see, Roddy White, even though he was the third wide receiver behind a typically injured Michael Jenkins and Joe Horn, Roddy White definitely looks to be a solid receiver for them moving forward, like he was in 2007, where I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops in this alternate reality that we have going on here. And with that third pick, there's debate whether Matt Ryan will go to the first pick Cardinals. If not, the Chiefs are not going to go for Matt Ryan, so they might be able to land Matt Ryan. I'm still deciding how Arizona is going to play the first overall pick. But if they do get Matt Ryan, they will proceed like they did in 2008 with the rookie quarterback that should change the course of this team. So I'm excited to see what options are available in the draft to make that quarterback controversy eliminated. And in the real NFL, this was the last season that Harrington ever played, and so he's not really much of a loss to me as compared to other quarterbacks in this league. And of course, Joe Horn. Joe Horn was a good veteran receiver. He played fairly well. I appreciated his abilities. But again, as an overall team, there are a lot of holes to fill. There's a little punt return touchdown. And that was the only punt return touchdown I ever had this season. Normally, punt returns tend to be harder for me. I had a few kickoff returns, but here was a beautiful little punt return against the Panthers that the Falcons had. So clearly, with the total offensive yards, the Falcons are ranked 26th. Nothing too impressive there. As it relates to passing yards, they are 29th. So they are the fourth worst team in passing yards, which makes a lot of sense. As for their rushing totals, they're ranked 15, so in the top half of the league. And that's mostly because of Warrick Dunn's performance. And then when it comes down to scoring the ball, their points per game ranked them number 28th. On the defensive side of the ball, so the least yards allowed, they actually had the fourth ranked defense, which actually surprised me because it did not feel that way. But again, if you're not putting up yards and your opponents aren't putting up yards, you can still lose and have a terrible season. When we look at least passing yards, again, they ranked fourth. When we looked at the rushing yards, they gave up a bit more than. They were the 14th ranked rushing defense. And when it came to points allowed, they were in the top 10 defenses at number 9. So there you have it, the 07-08 Atlanta Falcons with 5-11 record, ranking 4th in the NFC South and the 3rd overall pick in the 2008 NFL Draft.